What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking one of the most high-risk, high-reward builds that I have seen in Grounded to date. Now, I want to tell you guys, first of all, this build was built by some people in the community that came through, shared it with me, and I've gone through and used it, tested it out, and can confirm that it is a super powerful build, but can be very, very dangerous to use. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to not only go over what the gear is that you're going to use, the mutations you're going to use, but then I'm going to go down there, I'm going to fight that roly-poly, and hopefully show you guys, as long as the summons actually come out, how powerful the Summon Thorns build can be. Now, gear-wise, let's get into it. So first things first, guys, is the gear. It's going to be a Widow Dagger. I like it because it attacks really, really fast. You can use the Red Ant Scepter if you want to, but I like this because it applies Venom and it makes you just attack that much faster. So Widow Dagger it is. I use a Fire Ant Shield due to block corrosion, meaning you lower an enemy's defense if you block them. You guys got to be careful though, because a lot of things in New Game Plus Tier 2 or higher can kill you in first hit, so be careful with that. Widowling is the start to our summoning brigade here. We have this one to summon out a couple of black Widowlings that are going to come out and help you. Then we have the Red Strategist, Mask, Coat, and Pads, that set. That set is going to make it so you can summon in Red Soldier Ants, but more importantly, bringing this down the Sleek path is going to give you the Summon Thorns ability. The Summon Thorns ability is going to do Thorns damage back to anything that attacks it, and that is the most powerful and yet the most dangerous part of this build. The other thing I want to call out to you guys is that this is a Tier 1 set of armor that is light or medium armor, so be careful when using it, okay? You get one shot by pretty much anything when you're wearing this gear, okay? Especially if you're in the upper backyard. Now, other than this gear here, we have some mutations. These mutations are going to be summoning in some Spiderlings and the Mant, as well as keeping yourself alive for a little bit longer. Those mutations are going to be Parry Master, allow you to perfect block a little bit better. You guys know, New Game Plus Tier 1 to Tier 2, you're going to need to perfect block pretty much everything unless you want to die if it's glowing pink/purple. Then also Meat Shield, once again, keeping you from dying. Important. You don't have any trinkets that are keeping you alive longer, so you're going to need what you can get, and that's going to be Meat Shield. You can go through and throw on, say, a Black Oxburger to give you a little bit more health as well, but having this mutation to start off with while you're running around the backyard is probably going to be your best bet. Now, let's talk the non-negotiables, things that you need to have on for this build. Mom Jeans. This is going to give you them Spiderlings. It's going to give you some plus to poison damage, but more importantly, it's going to give you those Spiderlings. Any of your summons you have will have Thorns applied to them, okay? That is an important thing to keep in mind. That Thorns damage is what makes this build so powerful, but like I said, so dangerous. The other thing is the Mysterious Stranger, aka the Mant, summon that in. And finally, the more important part here is going to be Battle Buddies, guys. Battle Buddies is a perk that makes it so you take less friendly fire damage. Why this is important: without this gear on, if you accidentally hit your summons with your Widow Dagger, you will die in 2 hits. If you have this on, you will die in 3 hits. So be careful with this armor set. Be careful with this build. That's why I said it's high risk, high reward. It's low tier armor, but its damage potential is insane. I will tell you guys, this was the only way I was able to beat the Mant in Tier 2 New Game Plus. So that's why I was saying high risk, high reward. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down here, guys, and I'm going to start taking on this roly-poly here and try not to die. The important part is that whether or not I'm going to be able to get my summons out. Let's hop on down here and let's see what happens. All right, come here, pal. Let's see what you got here. I'm going to start by doing some attacks. Try not to get killed by him. Try to get some of my summons out here. You can see I have a Widowling out. Now, I have done next to no damage to him yet, but this guy will. So he just landed, and my Red Soldier Ant now is going to sit here and it's going to attack him and take the aggro. Watch how much damage comes from it hitting my Red Soldier Ant, if it actually hits it here before it dies. Nope, it didn't hit it before it died. This is one of the important things about this build, guys, is you have to go through and time out your attacks very, very carefully. Because you need to perfect block, but you also need to not get hit by your own summons. And you need to make sure that your summons actually attack this guy instead of just running away. So here we go. He's going to start attacking. And you'll see the amount of damage if he hits this Red Soldier Ant here Man. High risk, high reward, guys. That's what this build is. There we go. We have a couple of different summons out here now. He's going to be distracted by him. Boom! Look at the amount of damage that he just did by hitting that himself. The roly-poly now has a third of its health left by it hitting my summons that came out to defend me. Okay? That is the beauty of this build here. But be careful. Why I say it's high risk, high reward, guys, is if you hit your mobs, if you hit your summons, you will kill yourself very, very, very easily. Boom. Look how almost close to dead the roly-poly is, and all he did was hit my pals, my pets that I summoned out. Easy enough to kill a tier 2 new game plus roly-poly right there, guys, and all it is through your summons. Now I will say this build works way, way, way better on bosses that have AoE attacks or large area of effect attacks that are going to be like the Mantis, even the Broodmother, the infected Broodmother. It's good on Director Schmechter, the assistant manager, and the Mant. I will warn you guys about those ones, though. They don't have as many AoE attacks as, say, like the Mant does, or the Mantis. They have more slamming attacks and stuff like that you use, but it's still very, very, very powerful against them. The Hornet Queen doesn't really have as many AoE attacks, except for its like little butt spurting move that it does. But it is still a very, very powerful ally to have with you running around, keeping those summons out. Now, you guys, you didn't see me summon in the Mant. I'll warn you guys, the Mant is big, it gets in the way, and it is the way that I've killed myself most often with this build. You can leave the Mant out if you want to, but the stun that comes with the Mant, I think, is worth the risk of having him out there. Now, like I said, high risk, high reward. This is very broken, though. I have a feeling that this is probably going to get patched in the future, making it so that Thorns damage doesn't quite do as much damage, but I'm hoping that they don't do that. I'm hoping the only thing that they do is reduce the amount of Thorns damage that it does to the player on accidental hit, or just increases the power of battle buddies, making it so that way you can do less damage to yourself upon fighting things, and your enemies can still take the amount of damage that they can get from the Thorns. AKA, check out this fire ant here that's trying to attack me. If I can get him to attack, say, my soldier ant instead, you're going to see a significant amount of damage done to this fire ant, and it's probably just going to die in one hit. Or, you know, you just go through and kill it yourself. Go, little spiderling, go. You're awesome. Good job. The fact that you can summon in yoked companions as well also makes this build a little bit more fun. But guys, that's going to do it for this build. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit that like button. Once again, guys, special shout out to everybody in my stream that helped me build this. It was their idea from the get-go to go through and build it, but I thought I would share it with the community because it was just that powerful. So thank you to everybody coming through, coming together, and helping me put this together. It is probably one of my favorite builds to use right now in the game, but like I said, guys, it may get patched out in the future. So thank you everybody so much for watching this one. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to me, comment down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.